My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and as you can see, yes, I'm in a different location. Just like I told you guys, I was going to see my parents for the first time since lockdown in March. I've only seen my mother since then, about 2 weeks ago, right? But now I'm seeing everybody. Anyway, it's wonderful. So I just feel so good, you know? So today is going to be a short message. It's your messages for your healing, whatever's coming through, healing for yourself, for your relationship, whatever it is. But I'm starting off today with the ever unfolding rose. Now I know I packed my light worker oracle deck in my bag because I knew I was going to get a message from it. I didn't know what message it was, but I knew I was, and now I can't find it anywhere. So anyway, last night, well, I usually check my DM every day. I tune in just to make sure that he has no negative attachments, because that's all I do for him, really. Right? That's how I support, just making sure that he's energetically clear. And he's been amazing at that for a long time. I don't know what prayer he was saying, but he had this beautiful crystal pyramid over him. But for the past 2 or 3 weeks or so, his protection kind of lapsed. So I try to check him a little more often to make sure he's energetically clear, but it looks like he's going through dark nights. Anyway, so I tuned into him last night, and I saw the most amazing sight. I saw him, he was in a ring of fire, and I know it sounds ominous. Oh God, I can't even say the words today. Ominous, whatever, come on. Mercury is gone, but I apparently my brain is still there, right? I know it sounds really weird, but he was in this ring of fire. And he was standing up in the middle of a lotus that had black petals on the outer rim of the lotus, and the middle of the lotus was purple. So I knew that was a symbol for dark night, because anytime you see anybody's aura is black and purple, they're going through dark night. So it was black and purple, and then all the petals from the outside just kept falling away, and new ones were built, falling away. So they would come from the center, purple, then come out to the edge, black, fall away. And it was ever unfolding. So it's like he was dying 1,000 deaths. He was dying 1,000 deaths. You know, it was just so much beautiful transformation. Kept doing that in this ring of fire. So I understood that he was still in a karmic cycle. And I understood that he was still transforming. And it was the most amazing sight that I've ever seen. And I was just awed by this journey. I was just awed that I was able to see this. I was awed by his strength and his beauty. Everything about him just amazed me in that moment, because I know he's going through a tough time, and I don't know if I would have been able to survive what he's going through. So I want to appreciate his strength in that particular moment. So sometimes we may think our DMs are weak because they're not doing what we want them to do. But the kind of things that they are transmuting on the ground, we are transmuting it in the 5D and through our healing. But the things that they're doing in relationships, on the ground, in their families, on a hands-on kind of thing. And I love how K Moon puts it, that we are the intuiting twin. We're doing all these things in the 5D and support and all that. But they are the transmuting twin, where they're doing it on the ground in relationships, that hands-on kind of thing. They're toting the baggage of it. So I was just absolutely awed by him and what I was seeing in that moment. And then the words came to me, the ever unfolding rose. And I knew that was a card in the Lightworkers Oracle. And it looks like this. I mean, this doesn't do it justice. I wish I had my deck, right? So it's the ever unfolding rose. So you're ever unfolding. So sometimes we think things are happening to us, and him in that ring of fire, he must be thinking right now that he's being persecuted and it's happening to him. Why all these things are happening to him? But things aren't happening to us. They're happening for us, for evolution, for us to ever unfold and discover ourselves. I'm a different person than I was a year ago, and I'm a different person than I was a year before that. I'm a different person every bloody day. Every day you see something new, experience something new on this journey, you find out something different about yourself. The things that I know about myself now, a year ago, I did not know. I was just ignorant. As much as I was on my path, on my journey, I just didn't know. I didn't know who I was. It's like every day a different layer of myself unfolds. And this is exactly what happens when we go through journeys such as this. So let me read the ever unfolding rose, because that is the message today. That's what we're going to start with, the ever unfolding rose. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it. All right. You hear that, guys? So when we are betrayed, when we are lied to, when we are having a tough time, when it feels like if everybody's against us, when everything is happening, when everything is falling down, our instinct is to be self-protective, okay? To go back, to go in and just close off our heart and not feel anything, right? So that's the easiest thing for us to do. But we must always remember to stay encouraged, and always remember to stay in those high vibe emotions. And those high vibe emotions is not self-protectiveness, okay? It's not defense. And I'm going to go into that emotional spiral in a moment. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it, to let life crack you open completely. And I'm remembering that song, Gracefully Broken, I think by Tasha Cobbs, right? I love that song. To open through hurt and loss, to allow what is falling away to fall away. So don't save that tower, just let it crumble, just let it fall. Being human, see what I was telling you? Being human is a courageous act. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies as much as triumphs and adventures. So much truths. Whenever you find yourself at the moment, life is coaxing you to keep your heart open no matter how much it hurts. To continually unfold, to let life crack you open. Perhaps you're going through a difficult time right now. Instead of cursing the difficulty, see it as a blessing to open yourself up to the truth that perhaps, as hard as it may be, life is happening for you, not to you. And one day, in the not too distant future, you may just bless the thing that broke you down. So right now you might be cursing your DM, but just now you'll be like me, blessing the person that broke me down completely. I love him unconditionally, because we have to remember that what they are doing, this is what they're contracted to do. This is a spiritual experience. This is exactly what they were born to do. And you were born to do the same thing to them. You're doing the same thing to them. You're cracking them completely open, breaking them completely down so that light of spirit can enter. Because the world needs you open. Now's the time to go gently, to treat yourself like a tender, sweet baby, to wrap yourself in a blanket and trust that the mother has cradled you in her arms. The seas may not be all smooth sailing, but you are safe and you are held. One day, not too far from today, you'll look back at the transformation and be blown away by the poetry of life. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Let it crack you open. Let life crack you open. Beautiful. So now I want to tell you about, gosh, I'm telling you too much things today instead of going to the cards. But these are the messages. You have to stay in courage. Let's see where courage is. Courage. All right. So this is the emotional, good, I'm glad that you have seen it well. This is the emotional spiral that I keep telling you guys about. And I keep telling you guys, look at where, I want you to see where shame, hope I have no nudes on this. Let's not touch the screen. That was my little goddaughter there, right? Anyway. So this is where shame and guilt is. I want you to see where it is. Right at the bottom of this thing, right near no will to live and death. You see that? And that's where a lot of our DMs are vibing right now. I just want to bring your attention to how low they are right now. So, you know, some of you guys still want to kick them when they're down, but I want you to, that's the wake-up call. Look at where they are. And look at where hope begins. Look at where high vibe begins by hope. See just above the borderline there? That's where hope is. And look where we at least need to be. Encouraged, like the third above the borderline. Okay? And then we have self-worth. And then the highest vibe of all is empathy, forgiveness, compassion, and radiance. Look at it on top there. That's where we need to be. Empathy, compassion, forgiveness, and radiance. That is the ever unfolding rose right on top there. Someone who has allowed their heart to be cracked open and keeps it open. Okay? All right. So that was the message. So let's see if the romance angels have anything to tell us in addition to that. And then I'm going to get on to what you need to be focusing on in terms of your healing this week, okay? So that was my DM, the ever unfolding rose. Whether he wants to be identify with an ever unfolding rose, I don't know. It's kind of hyper masculine. Anywho, let's see what romance angels want to tell us about the honeymoon period. They said, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. We'll see what that is about. And the romance angels want to tell us that this is true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So it's just a bit of reassurance here that, you know, there are difficulties. You guys are going through a difficult time. But at the end of the day, there's going to be this honeymoon period. And it is something that is destined. It's something that is fated. Okay? And this is what they want you to know, that this is what your person is manifesting right now. So you have to stay in high vibe. You have to stay in high vibe. Okay? So your person, that's what they're manifesting. Right now, they're in hangman mode. They may not be making the movement right now because they're at the feet of spirit and they are being taught, okay? They are being taught, right? So they're in hangman, they're receiving enlightenment, but they are standing in their full spiritual power and they are manifesting this new beginning, this honeymoon period. And this is all guided by the hand of fate at this point in time. And Spirit wants you to reassure you that this is true love. Okay, so it looks like there's some kind of third-party situation that is crumbling or ending. Okay, so that real happiness can begin. Okay, beautiful. So it's just a word of reassurance there. And then let's just go into what we need to be focusing on healing this week. And then I'll get you some advice and we can close off this reading so I can go outside and get some sun. Oh my gosh. All right, so what do you need to be focusing on healing this week? Oh, those were painted by my brother-in-law. He's an artist and it's like he's obsessed with carnival ladies. But my sister doesn't mind. What is this? Validation addiction. So this is what you're meant to be healing, focusing on. Why do you need that external validation from other people? Whether through relationships or, you know, just being a people pleaser. Why? Spirit saying, drill down to the root of this. And you're going to find it in your childhood, of course. You're going to find it there, right? That's where the people pleasing starts. I mean, we are programmed to people please. Especially, I mean, I don't know about other places in the world, but in the Caribbean, you are programmed to people please, okay? Especially people who are older than you. Right? You're programmed to people please. So you're always there trying to see people's approval. But at the end of the day, it's your life. It's your life. Okay? And you only have one life as this particular person having this particular experience. Okay? So make the most of it. Are you going to live it for other people or are you going to live it for yourself? Are you going to say, fuck them? And live your own life. People have made their own decisions. Live your own life. They don't mean anything. So whether it's validation you seek from your twin or soulmate, or validation from the wider world, or validation from people at work, whatever it is, ask yourself, why do I need this? What is missing inside of me that I've not been given myself, and usually self-love, that I've not been given myself while I'm seeking this external validation? What else are you to look at this? We have dark force entities. Now, this has been coming out. All right, so now, dark force entities could be just that, dark force entities, negative attachments we get. And we usually get these. They don't just come just like that. I don't know why people think that. They only come when there is sympathetic resonance, meaning you have to be vibing in that particular vibration for them to attach. So, for example, sometime last year, my DM picked up a dark force entity that I could not remove. Okay? This dark force entity was called by him through his anger. He was experiencing some kind of rage. I mean, serious rage, and it went on for days. Okay? Some kind of anger that he had there. And this thing, attracted to this resonance, was a spirit of anger attached to him, and I couldn't get it off. I couldn't get it off. And the only time I was able to clear it is when he changed his vibration. So you might be going through some rage experience, jealousy, whatever it is, don't dwell in those low vibrations for too long, because they can attract these negative entities. Now, sometimes this card can represent negative people in your life. So I'm not saying that they're evil or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying there's some people who are low vibing, who are toxic, who are energy vampires, and Spirit saying you need to eradicate them from your field. It's a hi-bye kind of thing. You can't keep them around you for too long, because they're going to suck your energy. And before you know it, you're vibing so low, anything can attach to you, okay? So if you think that you have some kind of attachment, you can always check me for spirit release sessions, or you can simply call in Archangel Michael, call in prayer, and you just ask the light, spirit, ancestors, whatever it is that you resonate with. It's nobody's business. Whatever it is that you resonate with, to remove these entities from your energy field. Okay? You can say, remove these entities from your energy field and send them back where they came from, or transmute it into love, transmute them into love, or just, you know, bubble them so that they can't hurt anyone else. Anything like that, it usually works, okay? But from the time you're calling people like Archangel Michael, they're going to know what to do with it, right? What we have here, we have Pathological Liar. All right, so we have to address the ways that we may be lying to other people, or maybe the pathological ways we've been lying to ourselves. I don't want him. He could go F himself. But in the night, you're longing for this person, right? So as I told you, you have to come to a place of emotional integrity, right? So you got to stop lying to yourself, whatever it is that you're doing. Lying to yourself, lying to other people, don't do it. Let's come to a place of integrity, okay? Because you know what? When we're vibing like this is what we're going to attract to ourselves. People who lie to themselves, people who suppress their feelings, people who wear masks. As long as we are wearing a mask, we're going to attract people who are wearing a mask. It's only when we are vulnerable, when we are in that place of integrity, that we are going to attract people who are vibrating at the same energy level, right? And let's get another card. Brainwashed. Brainwashed. Okay, so some of you might have been brainwashed. And by brainwashed, I mean, well, we're all programmed. That's what socialization is all about. We are all programmed from birth, okay? By our families, by church, by society, we're all programmed. But some of us could actually be brainwashed. Maybe we went into some kind of cult or something like that. But this is a call to look at your programming. What have you been programmed to believe? Now's the time to question everything. It's the age of enlightenment. It's the Aquarian age. Question everything that you thought you knew, that was given, that was, tried knowledge. Because you might find that some of these things that we were programmed to believe just aren't true. Or maybe they just aren't true to you. Because who knows what truth is anyway? It's what resonates with you and what resonates with your soul. And if it doesn't resonate with you and it doesn't resonate with your soul, and you're still holding on to it, then it's kind of cultish. Okay? And it comes back to, again, the integrity. Okay? Why are we believing in something that just does not resonate with our experience? So we have to come to that place of authenticity. And this is what this journey is all about, loving your authentic self. How are you going to love your authentic self if you don't know what your authentic self is, It's those kind of questions. All right, so let me get some couple cards from this deck. This is the Chakra Wisdom Oracle. I do love these cards. I'm going to get 2 from here and then one last message, and we're going to close off this reading because I've spoken enough. All right, so we have trickery. So it looks like somebody betrayed you. It looks like somebody manipulated you. It looks like somebody may have been hoarding their emotions and tried to put up some kind of mask here. Either way, this is trickery that's causing you to want to close off your heart and hoard your emotions because you're just afraid, that you're going to be destroyed again. Okay. But Spirit, remember what Spirit says, you're the ever unfolding rose. So even though somebody may have betrayed you or tricked you, Spirit is saying you have to keep your heart open. And this is a heart chakra activation card. It's all green. So Spirit is saying somebody may have tricked you, may have manipulated you, betrayed you. But Spirit wants you to keep your heart open. And the way you do that is to see the higher perspective. You have to see from the spiritual perspective that this is what this person came to do. Get the lessons. Focus on the lessons that you learned from it. Focus on the fact that you're more wiser, you're stronger because of it, and this is what you came here to learn. Okay? So keep your heart open despite what happened in the past. And let's get one more card. So a challenge this week is to keep your heart open and flowing in unconditional love, guys. Staying encouraged. And it's also about having faith. Okay? So Spirit is saying you can't trust your intuition. And you know, it's an important part of loving yourself, trusting yourself, and trusting in your intuition, knowing that you are able to make the best decisions for your life. You know, sometimes when we make crazy decisions, I've done crazy things. Sometimes when we make interesting decisions for our lives and it kind of, you know, backfires, or we get hurt, or, you know, we went down a wrong, what we thought was a wrong path, or whatever it is, you know, it's hard for us to trust ourselves again and trust our intuition. But when you really examine it, your intuition was always spot on. You just chose to ignore it. I do it, right? But Spirit's saying you can have faith in your intuition and your intuitive nudges. You are on point. You have that power. You have that gift. Now I'm seeing amethyst here, so maybe some of you guys, amethyst will be very beneficial. Okay, amethyst is good for so many different things. Okay, but Spirit is saying, listen, the world is your oyster. You have to sit down here in Empress energy, because this Empress is about to birth something, whether it's a project or a child. You're about to birth something, and all you need to do is love yourself completely with this unconditional love and have trust and faith in the universe. Everything is going to be all right. Okay? All right, so let me get one last card of advice, and we are going to close off this reading. So ever unfolding roses, what does Spirit want you to know? What's the last word? Yang. Ooh. Now Yang is about taking action. Yang is about power. That's about standing in your power. And it's a card number 1. So this is the Magician's energy, and we saw the Magician already, right? So it's about standing in your full spiritual power and manifesting whatever the hell you want, because you have the grace of the universe. Come on, stars here. You are a star. All right, so let's see Yang. Oh, what's this? Ooh, between worlds, and it's in reverse. All right, so somebody's in transition. Somebody that's in a third party is in transition right now, but it looks like they might be doing a little resistance. Let's find out. So for you, you are Yang. Let's see what's going on. All right, let's see. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward, and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. I told you that Empress about to birth something. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. So you are in manifestation energy. You're in the flow of the universe. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. So obstacles have been removed. There's no reason to hesitate. You are the shape of your destiny now. So you are in charge. Okay? You can manifest anything you want to. You are in the flow of the universe. Okay? This is like the Ace of Wands here. Circumstances are supporting action on your part. Really? It's okay to make the first move. I'm reading a relationship message. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of the heart, there is movement towards your highest goal. So go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now's the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. They're saying take the lead, guys. Whatever that means for you. I'm going to pull 2 cards. How do you take the lead? Oh, we have an Emperor in reverse. I don't know about that. This is Emperor in reverse about dominance and force. Emperor in reverse is Yin. That's strange. And then we have the 8 of Wands. So movement forward. How do you take the lead? I think you take the lead by being receptive to Spirit. And this is what propels you forward. That's what I'm getting here with this reverse Emperor. That's what I'm getting here with that today. So even though they say Yang, right? They're saying take action. I think the take action that you're taking is to be receptive, and this is what moves you forward. For others of you, if it resonates with your intuition, they're asking you to reach out and press forward. Communicate. This is a card of communication here. You take it as it resonates. And then you have between worlds in reverse. So let's see, that's a card number 3. So we have 1 and 3. That's transformation, isn't it? Let's see, 3. So we have the Magician and the Empress. What's in reverse? Be mindful of your expectations. This is not a time for guarantees. Things will not go exactly as you plan or dictate. Let go and see what Spirit has in store. What takes hold in your life will be better than you imagine. And this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the action that you're supposed to take is this, to let go. That's what I'm seeing here. To let go, to being. Being. And that is when everything is going to fall into place. That's what I'm seeing here. It's to let go, to release. If it vibes with your intuition, you can reach out, but that's not what I'm getting here. I'm getting, you're supposed, even though it says yang, take action, the action to take is to be yin, which is to let go. That's what they're saying here, to let go. And they said, whatever, you might think things are supposed to develop in a particular way or to go in a particular direction, but Spirit says, let go, and whatever comes is going to be better than you ever imagined. So it's the action you're to take is yin. So the yang is yin. The action is yin. Okay? Alright guys, so that was your reading. I hope it made sense to you. I hope it resonated in ever unfolding roses. Alright, take care. Love you guys. Bye.